What's up everyone? It's Ryan again. Today we're playing 18 Wheels of Steel Across America. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new profile because this might be a new series. I'm not sure yet. Let's just go with Ryan. I'm gonna pick that dude. Free mode. Let's have... I don't think I've ever had Salt Lake City as a big burst. Let's have that. Let's go blue. Medium? Yes. Alright. So I've been playing this game for, well, a couple of years, and well, probably more than a couple of years, but I've really enjoyed it. Okay, that was loud. Wow, alright. I might have to go back in and change my settings, but anyway, yeah. So we got at the slightly, it's been a little bit since I played this. Alright, this is the truck that you start out with. So it's just these things barely go up hills, at least always for me. It seems like they always have an issue getting up hills. As you can see, I have no trailer. I had to go and pick one up, but there's many views. You can, the numbers at the top. So you got number 1, 2, number 3. Which I like to use when I'm backing in a trailer or picking up a trailer. I don't have much skill in backing them up, but 5, which it's doing good. Weather answer. Pretty nice weather. He agrees. Anyway, we are gonna go pick up a trailer. Sometimes, depending of course of like where you get your trailer at, that's like depends on how long, because if we go here, oh, that's not what I want. Yeah. This is your area that you drive around in. These are you only have interstates and limited highways, and of course the city roads, but you got all these places. You got gas stations. That's a gas station. That's a gas station with a service station. So in case you like run into like a post or something or damage your truck, you can go there and fix it. As long as you got money, you're pretty much good. Same with gas. It adds up sometimes. There's none on here because we just started, but there's like truck dealerships. You can get a new truck. So it's kind of expensive, but it's normally worth it in the end. Because like I said, this truck sucks at going up hills. But yeah, so normally when I have this truck, I try to stay away from like the California area. So like Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, because that area has a lot of mountainy hills and such. But basically this way, on this side of the country. Nothing against California, but that's just where the bad roads are for this truck. Otherwise, I normally just make loads all over the place. Normally, I stay in the center. But, yeah, let's, get the trucking. Yeah, I just ran that light. But, the cops don't come after you for a few things. Yeah, there are police on here. But I try to be realistic even though the cops don't get you for this stuff. Like, I can run these lights. But if you, like, let's say you run into a car, you can hit like 3 or 4 cars and then the cops will come after you for like reckless driving. Unless it's a cop that you're hitting. They also randomly get you for going on the opposite side of the road, just like driving on the wrong side of the road. Normally their fines are $1,000, in some rare cases too, but it's normally $1,000. But yeah, as you can see, I started out with $10,000. I don't know if you can see that, but I have $10,000 to start out with. Oh, that's my light. And when you're just starting out, if you lose $1,000, it's kind of devastating, like toward your economy. But otherwise, yeah. So, of course, whoops. Of course, there's more than just this truck station or pickup area. But we got a little bit of stuff. We got 2 going to Seattle, Chicago, Denver. Let's start with a kind of a medium distance one. We could do Denver, but let's go with Chicago. We're gonna haul some cola. Of course, this game isn't 100% realistic, so where I was backed up, you could have easily hooked up your trailer. So, yeah. And we got special deliveries at the bottom. You can't see that, but there's just a message thing at the bottom that tells you stuff. So, let's haul some cola to Chicago from Salt Lake City. It's more than 5,500. Yeah, cars, they do not like it when you block them. You have to give them space. They know that they're the dominant ones, even though they're the little ones. But there's a cop in front of us. The white car to the right. That's all the police cars look like that no matter where you go. So this is kind of like an order-based game, I guess. I know it's kind of like a maybe early 2000s game, but the cars are kind of like, I don't know, just outdated. But I like this game. This is one of my favorite, like one of my only simulating games. I actually want this lane. That goes to California area. The 10 and 13, they're referring to weather. So once again, it's nice weather. If you hear that noise, that's just my computer. It likes to overheat, especially when I'm playing games. It just does not like anything running at any time, it seems like. But it's a Windows 7, which I think is one of the best computers that, well, I personally have, besides some of the older ones like the 2005. But yeah, cars will just do this. They'll just sit here trying to get on the highway, even though they kind of have the right of way. But this is just one of the annoyingness. I normally go around it, but I'll try to be a little more realistic. But if it takes too long, I'm just gonna go around them. He's taking forever. I'm just gonna... What's the other thing? There's like no cars barely coming from that direction. But he's just sitting there. Maybe he'll go after this red car. Nope, the red car decided to stop. Alright. I don't have time for that. Oh, sure, now he goes. No, he's not going. Turn my lights on here, because you will get tickets for that, though. If you, don't turn your lights on and leave them off during the dark. The car. I'm not supposed to be in this lane, but, I don't want to hit cars either. I'd rather like go on the side of the road and park versus running into a car because that's more against you. Also, interesting, well, I don't know if it works on all cases, but most of my cases, apparently if you like, it's completely fine, like you won't get any damage to your cargo or your trailer if you like hit a car with your trailer directly, but if you hit it with the cab of your truck or the front end of your truck, the actual engine part, that'll cause so much damage to whatever you're hauling. It depends on what you're hauling as well. I don't know where that car went on my right. I think I'm pretty sure it's gone, but I'm just gonna move over. Yeah, I get off here. Oh, hey, pull it down. I normally have cruise control on, so that I can at least relax while starting. And of course we gotta get off here anyway, so. Some of these hills this truck can take, I'm not sure. Whenever I started playing this game, I used to have so much trouble. I used to get bankrupt because I'd have no choice but to leave the trailer on the hill that I get stuck because I can't get up it with a trailer. It's pretty funny, but also I used to always be in debt. And yeah, these are one of the games that you can actually go in debt, so. This is where it switches to a highway from interstate. We got off the interstate part. So traffic may get more cramped, and random slow brake checks. I don't like it when cars do that. That is a bad decision to make when you have a semi following you. Just decide you're just gonna randomly brake check them. Not a good idea, my friend. Really, my truck's making it up these hills, but this is gonna be going on for a little bit. But it's worth it. It's half the car honking at me behind. Cars do not like it when you're driving slow on any road, so they'll just be like honking at you, flashing their lights. It's annoying. We're going straight. We're not turning. We're not going to Great Falls. Hey, and the car turned too. That's good. I prefer to have people behind me than in front of me, because in front of you have to watch out for them. The people behind you, if your trailer hits them, well, you know. Like I said, that glitch, it doesn't do anything to you. It just does them bad. And when you hit a car, they like have black smoke come from like their engine, and then they'll like just sit there with their hazard on, so traffic gets backed up pretty quickly. The traffic's starting to slow down. Also, what I like about this game, I didn't actually know you could get pulled over for speeding, except I upgraded one of my trucks that I had, and I got pulled over for speeding. I was like going 65. Which everywhere you go is like 55, but if you go over 55, they'll get you for like 60. I was caught at 65, so. But I thought that was an awesome feature. They have speed traps on the side of the road, so that's how they caught me. You can clearly see them, and you have a beeper indicating if there's a cop nearby, which oh, I just hit that car. See that? Oh my goodness. Alright. 8% damage. See? That's one strike. 2 or 3 more of those and I'm done. you're gonna get $1,000 fine. But 8% damage. That's a small amount, but like I said, every dollar counts. They don't have cents on here. They just round to the nearest dollar. I got 3/4 of a tank of gas, so I'm good. If I can get up this hill. I have no choice. I'm going straight. I'm gonna go to the gas station just because sometimes you never know. Some of these places it's hard to find gas stations, so yeah, it can be a struggle sometimes. But if you stay like in certain areas, you're pretty safe. So you have that. Driving on the wrong side of the road here. See, there's a gas station. Even though it's on the other side, the only risk you have is if a car comes from the other way and gets into the gas station. And, well, you know, you have to back up, which it's not hard, but used to I just purposely crash into them, which is a terrible idea. To make it more realistic, I normally just shut off my engine. So I just started it back up. Then I refill my gas, which $87.50. Oh nope, that's how much it is. That's how many gallons I put. Never mind. I spent $112 on turn my lights back on here. Don't want to get pulled over. That's $1,000 fine if you do that. There's also weight stations on here, so you have to go to the weight stations. Sometimes they'll, I don't know, they're like glitchy or something. So you'll go to them and you'll wait a second. I mean, they tell you immediately once you stop your truck if you're able to go or not, but in some cases you'll, you know, get that okay, and then what I do, I normally wait like 10 seconds after I stop completely, and then I go. That has a tendency of being more efficient, but sometimes they're like glitches or something, and they say that I didn't go through the weigh station, and then they send a cop after you immediately, which that can be $1,000 to $2,000 fine. Yeah, it can get crazy. One time I was like, I had just enough money to go get me gas, and there was like a weigh station on the other side, or no, before the gas station. And I pulled in there, you know, I'm like, alright, I'm good, I'm not overweight. You'll actually know when you're overweight before you pick up the trailer even. Because it'll have like a pound weight or something on it, which indicates that it's overweight. But in a few cases you can get away with it, because if you know some of these roads where there's not weight stations, but like this one, but there's normally at least one around somewhere. There's normally not any on highways, so that's a benefit of highways. But interstates, there was one interstate that stretched halfway across the country on the game, of course. Well, better slow down. I got a slow sports car going on here. Anyway, yeah, there was just tons of those weigh stations. Same with cops. Sometimes there's just tons of cops. They're not normally on highways, but sometimes they are. The ones driving around will not get your speed. They'll just get you for anything else but speed. But for the ones parked on the side of the road, they'll get your speed and, of course, anything else. But they direct their attention on your speed. You can probably get away with going 60, but There's been a few cases when I got pulled over. And now it's daytime again, so people are able to turn off the lights. They're probably gonna do the glitch again, where the civilians or the AI drivers turn on their lights at random, which that happens a lot. So not really a surprise. The next one. I'm gonna move over here, one lane. And then that car moves over because it's gonna turn. Or not. I thought it was gonna turn. I either need to speed up or slow down. I'm gonna try and speed up. There we go. Indianapolis and Chicago. We're getting there. Sometimes these hills are kind of tricky. I never can keep my so-called wheels in the paint because it's just like hard to do on these ramps because it like speeds you up, but at the same time you need to slow down, and they just kind of, it tricks you or something. See, that car just like bounced whenever it slowed down or stopped. Just like dead stop. Cars will do that in front of you too if you're not careful. You'll just be like driving along and, you know, there's a car way up there, and then you'll, next thing you know, it's right there on you. Because it just dead stops. I don't know why. It just kind of like it hit a deer or something. Oh, here's a gas station. Right when I turn cruise control on too. This one has a service station as well. That's good. I just realized I don't really need gas because we already got gas, but I'll take gas again. $44.25. Nope, I read the gallons again. I swear it was on top. I don't know why. It's just $100 this time. I have $9,788 left. But I'm getting closer to my destination. And basically a straight shot. So, I'm good. Just like on ramps, cars will get stopped and stuck here. And in some cases, you'll actually see emergency vehicles responding. There's no fire trucks on here, but there are ambulances and police cars. Sometimes you'll see ambulances driving with their lights on. See, apparently this car behind me thinks I'm hogging the lane next to me, which I'm not. They're picky on how much space they get, so you have to be basically riding the line. And now I gotta slow down. Trucking. There's a cop up here. He's straight ahead of us on the left. He's just sitting there. I'm going 50, so I'm good. Hi, officer. I honked my horn at him. I don't know if he could hear it. There are other AI semi-truck drivers around here. Sometimes you have to watch out for them because they sometimes have no idea what they're doing. But normally they actually do better than you, of course. But sometimes they have no clue what they're doing. They're only programmed like cars, but with slighter, I don't know, more effectiveness. I stay on this road for the rest of the way until I turn off to go into the city, basically. I'm gonna move over to the right whenever whenever I get a chance because I don't want to crash into a car coming off these ramps. Because that'll happen. See, there's one right there. Yep, now I had to get around him. And we got a hill. And the lane merges. Oh, that car just merged right into me. But I didn't get damaged because he hit my trailer. Ha 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 ha. See, they think that they own the road, but you can trick them. Or do, like, just let your trailer hit them, because apparently if you hit your trailer you don't get damage to the trailer, but if you hit the truck you get damage to the trailer. So it's yeah, it's weird. Of course, in some cases you'll get hit by a car, or a car will somehow get underneath you, like that one that we ran over, almost like a tank. But sometimes your trailer will become detached, and sometimes you can't get that back. You cannot get your trailer back, but sometimes you just have to push the car, which will damage your truck. But sometimes your load's more important than that person in the car. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say. See, the car behind me is mad because I'm a truck in a fast lane. It's not normal. I gotta slow down because this taxi's here and then that car's trying to get around at the same time. Now I can go. Oh dear. That looks like a lot of traffic up ahead. There's a cop. Wonder where he's heading. Probably gonna set up a speed trap so when I leave Chicago, he can get me. Oh, it's a gas station. But still, traffic's going up. Oh, those cars crashed on the right. I just looked in my mirror and I seen those cars crash. Yep, AI also crash into each other, which caused delays. And, of course, you can't do anything about it. So you basically just have to either go around them, or you can call, like, for emergency services or 911, but that'll cost you, like, here, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm messing with, like, all the buttons. That's not it. That's not it. Yep, $5,000 is how much it costs to call 911 or emergency services. What they'll do is they'll put, for example, if you like run out of gas, you can call them and they'll fill your tank up to 50%. They'll basically put everything at 50%, unless it's less than that, then you're out of luck. But for like gas, if you run out completely, they'll put you at 50%, and then you can get back on your way. But that's $5,000, which, like I said, starting out really sucks. And also they'll fix your truck's damage, so in case you like crash or something and your truck doesn't start anymore or something, you can call them and they'll put your damage at 50%. If you're out of gas and you crashed at the same time, which has happened to me multiple times, mostly on purpose, but they'll put your damage and your gas at 50%, which is enough to get you to the next station, especially for gas. Now, if you can't get anywhere on a half tank of gas, you're a little screwed. It is kind of spotty where the gas stations are. I'm gonna exit out of that before I accidentally call them. This guy's asking for traffic, which I guess it's light, so it's just light traffic. You can tell them that there's like a barrier up ahead, which is of course a cop. But in this case there's no cops around. Normally I only do it for speed traps because that's the only thing that they're more or less worried about. Better turn my lights back on. He's driving a tanker truck. He's got one of those more advanced trucks than me. But that's how they all start out with it, seems like. They start out with the good trucks and you're just a little solo trucker. Okay, and we're back. I got my truck turned around, so I'm going to be heading here into Chicago. Now basically all the cities look the same. Sure, it has some landmarks, but all the cities are basically copy and paste with some small modifications. But basically every city has the same thing, the same layout, plot, almost. But yeah, as well. So the red dot, that's the place that we go to drop off the trailer, which is to our right. I'm a white truck, so I need my mirrors. There we go. I didn't even hop the curb that time. I normally hop the curb, but this time I did not. It should be here on the right. Yep. Sometimes you have to drive around these places to find the entrance, which can get annoying, but if you get used to the places, you'll know exactly where. This is where you drop off your trailer, which you can be realistic and back it up, which I'm going to do in this case. But what I mostly do is that I don't even back it up, I just park it next to it and unload it. Of course it doesn't affect any of your profit or any relation with your economy. It's starting to rain too, so which sometimes affects your driving, but normally doesn't. Now snow, on the other hand, in the upper part of the country, like above Seattle, like Washington State, now that area is like terrible for just snow and everything. Alright, I'm going to save this. Oh, I can't spell. Alright. Invalid. It don't like the apostrophe apparently. After I save. It did. Alright. Now, let's see, where are we going now? We can go to New York. We can go back to Salt Lake. ×2. Dallas, Texas. Let's see, we're over here. So we got Dallas, Salt Lake, New York. Let's go to New York. It's New York City, not state, so. It's like I say, all the cities look the same. You've been to one, you've been to basically all of them. In this game, not in real life. I would like to do some traveling. Maybe when I get older and get a decent job and a lot of income. Maybe. Alright. Yeah, so let's head out. I don't normally drive in first person, but sometimes it's interesting. It can be difficult though. little laggy. Must be loading something. Probably the rest of the city behind us that we can't see, but this guy's asking for traffic again. There's not really anything. It's because it's 2, almost 3 minutes on here go by minutes on here, they go by a second, so every 1 second is like a minute in game time. So an hour would be like a minute. So 12 minutes and you have half a day. 24 minutes you'll have a day. Or yeah, a day. I'm confusing myself with all this time. We're decent on fuel, plus there's a gas station on the way there, so in case we have trouble, we can, we can, just go there. Oh, that's not where I want to go. Almost took the wrong ramp, or missed it completely. I'm at $14,828 now. I'm hauling coffee from Chicago to New York. And they're gonna pay me if I don't damage it $4,898. And in some cases they'll actually give you like an $8 bonus, which isn't much, but you know. This guy's asking for the weather. It did rain, so I'm gonna say a light rain. Make sure I'm heading the right way and not having to make a U-turn again. And she's asking for the traffic. There's like no traffic, so yeah, keep it in the paint. Linda, apparently that's her name. She's a freelance trucker, so she's not hired by anyone. You can hire her, but it depends on a lot of stuff, like how much they want, their how good their services are, how good they keep their trailers. Kind of like their rating, which is rated by stars, which I'm currently not even rated as even half a star or quarter star. Up in the top right hand corner, I believe, is my star, along with the date/time, the amount of money you have, and the damage of the truck, which is 0, which I am happy. Or at least it looks like it's 0. It might have a little bit, but as far as I know, it's 0. There's a car coming up behind me, and he's in the slow lane, and he wants me to move over. Another unrealistic factor of this game, but I still love this game. This is one of the better games, I guess you could say, that I'd enjoy. Like I said, I've been playing this for a few years, so. And sometimes I'm still learning, like the speeding. I only learned that like last year. It's still lagging. I'll need this next turn. Another girl asking for the traffic report. Her name's Letty this time. Traffic's light. It's starting to pick up because it's 9 o'clock in the morning, which is, I think, close to rush hour in this game. not surprised when there's and there's a car behind me again. Guys, calm down. I wasn't talking to that lady, but okay. The other lady responded, the first one that responded. The Linda, she responded, but I was supposed to be Letty. Alright. I can't say anything else. I can ask for the weather or traffic, but I don't really need it at the moment. Because I already know traffic's gonna be not very good. We just went through rain, so I'm good on the weather as well. The truck's having trouble getting up this hill. But of course the cars, they have no problem at all. All these cars are getting on the interstate. I need to move over because, like I say, I do not want to hit any of these cars. Well, probably in the near future, in this video or something, I might accidentally hit a car and accidentally hit a car. I think I just, hit a car and, you know, probably get cops on me. Though it's not very fun to do a police chase on here because, well, let's go with heavy traffic. This guy was asking about the traffic. His name's Greg, he's a freelancer. Apparently he's pulling frozen food. I need to watch the road, I keep swerving. Cops will come after me for, like DUI or something. No, they don't get you for that. As long as you stay in your, on your side of the road, you're fine and don't hit anyone. I have had cases when I drive on this, nope, never mind. I thought that was a cop up there. I'm like, alright, even up here. I keep going straight. Quick, act natural. Oh, it stopped. Maybe he was on the road above us. Or, like, up around that area. Because that'll happen too. Going past Pittsburgh now. New York should be next. I'm at less than a half a tank gas, so I might need to refill at this gas station up here, which is in between New York and Pittsburgh. Starting to rain again, so and here comes the car now. Of course, I move over and then the gas station spawns, or pops up, not spawn, it's always there. And after this car I should be able to get over. If it doesn't stop like glitching, maybe he's gonna let me over. That's nice of him. That's like one of the only benefits I've ever had. Oh, there's a cop up here too. He's like, I don't know, he's almost straight ahead of us. Like to the left a little bit. You can see his car sitting on the side of the road. like him. She's asking for the weather. This is actually heavy rain, but also there's two cops. Not just one, there's two. There's one driving on the other side. Hey, I was able to alert her about that too. By the way, yeah, it's heavy rain, but then we got cops up ahead. I better turn my lights on before they try and pull me over next. Well, they didn't have anyone pulled over, but next isn't there. You're probably gonna come after me for something. Maybe if I could stay between the lines, yeah. I could very well get pulled over. That car honked at me because my trailer slightly swerved. And there's a wait station. Let me squeeze in here. See, the cars, they just do not like it at all. Certified scales. Yay. That means I can be certified as a good driver, maybe. Of course, there's no cops that sit here. They just, like, spawn out of nowhere like most games. But sometimes they'll be realistically sitting up ahead, waiting for you. Which is probably what that one was doing. Just waiting for someone to do a call out. While I'm sitting here, I'm going to take a drink of my milk. Of course, as you've seen, whenever I pulled up, it immediately popped up on the right side that I'm okay, which is pretty good, but you can't always trust that. Oh, there's a car. That's actually a limousine. Yay, limousine. Wonder if it's someone important. Perhaps the president? Probably not. He'd have an awesome motorcade around him if he did. There's like no one around him. Not even a cop car. You'd think the president would have at least one cop car. This is actually my turn. I almost missed this one too. I could, I guess, go straight, but it's just quicker to go this way and get it over with. This truck is surprisingly doing pretty well on these hills. I don't know why I had so much problem with them normally, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my skill. I know how to get up them now. I doubt that. Hey, it's Linda again. She's everywhere. And ironically, she asks for the traffic, and there's actually a cop up ahead, apparently. And she almost has a sarcasticness to her, like, she's just like 10-4. Like, you're weird. You're just strange. I don't know. Oh, she's actually in New York. She's just getting into New York. That's cool. We're going to the same place. The cop's like right up here somewhere. We got a cop up ahead, that's what's going on. I'm driving like a maniac, trying to get their attention. How about you? Do you have the weather? Alright, I'll hold you to that. That's Pat, apparently. I heard him, I don't know where he is. I think he's just about to get into New York, or... Yeah, he's heading Yeah, he's going up that ramp that I was. So he's about to head here to New York. In some cases, rarely. I filmed it once with my phone. Don't know how I did that, but I filmed it with my older phone, not the one I have now. But I filmed one time, me and another trucker. I kept driving, like, we kept going to the same place. I just followed him, and then I eventually lined up with him. So I started piling up a bunch of cars. So there was like cars stretched for probably miles, because me and him were slowing everyone down. I thought it was pretty funny. Where am I going with this? Oh, I need to turn then. Yeah, and that's how you get into a lane. That's beautiful. I just like the this mode better. In some cases I'd use this one. I used to use this one when I first started playing this, but I was so terrible because this angle is like terrible for this thing. I mean, if it was like a little like better, if you knew where you were going and everything. And I just had the hardest time. I didn't even bother trying to stay in the lines because I had no traction. I'm going the wrong way. I keep talking and distracting myself. You get a tour of the city, I guess. Oh, hop the curb. I wondered if I need to go the other way, but I didn't bother pulling up my map again. There we go. Give me some room, I'm a big truck. I didn't hop that curb either. And we're gonna want this lane over here. So basically we're making a circle, which, like I say, I don't do really. Normally I just back my truck up in the middle of the road, you know, like an intersection. I just do a massive U-turn and then cause traffic jams everywhere. Because of one semi, no one can get through. And sometimes I do, like, crash into other semis. So, that sadly happens. Sometimes when I try and line up with them on the interstate like I did with that one truck, sometimes I accidentally run into them because I just slightly tap, like to go to the right if they're on my right side, and I'd like barely tap them, and then they just like stop immediately. Or if I cut them off, my trailer will like smack them in like front of the truck or something. It can be pretty crazy sometimes, but accidents happen. Sadly, but sometimes they're funny, depending on whatever case is happening. Now, if it's a funny accident, it's fine, but if it's like a hurtful, everyone just wants to get some camera time or something. Oh, it's Pat. He's leaving New York now. Alright. I don't know how I can help you because you're all the way over there and I'm still in town and he's leaving town. I don't know how I'm supposed to help with the traffic. Maybe I'm supposed to estimate? Or maybe that transmission wasn't for me. It probably wasn't for me. But still, normally they're not this chatting. I have so much trouble finding people that actually want to talk, like the AIs I'll get bored, so I'll just keep messaging to see if there's anyone even out there. Most of the time, there's like no one. And then when you like least expect it, you eventually get someone, but then they like disappear immediately when you find them. So it's almost like the game doesn't want you to find other truckers. At least like you talking to them. Now them talking to you, as you've seen, there is no problem with them talking to you. But you talking to them is apparently a no-no, because anytime I ask for like traffic or anything, because I might be a little slow, but luckily there's no timer. I mean, on the older versions there were timers where you had to get your delivery to a certain place at a certain time, but not on this one. Alright, thanks for watching my 18 Wheels of Steel video. Like, comment, subscribe if you are enjoying this kind of content. And yeah, thanks for watching.